The United States of fear. That's the focus of tonight's angle. Now, the press and the party that they represent, they want you to be afraid. And I'm talking very afraid. COVID subvariants, they're here. They're super duper contagious. So consider changing your travel plans if you're thinking of attending big events.
I can tell you with more variants, specifically subvariants of Omicron circulating, more of us are vulnerable for reinfection.
We are looking at the fall and winter. We're preparing for a variety of scenarios, I think, potentially a difficult one if we get a resurgence of the infection.
Very, very scary. And by the way, if you happen to be African American, they want you to be afraid of police because they'll tell you you're going to be indiscriminately killed for no reason other than the color of your skin, because it's an epidemic out there of police-involved shootings.
What exactly will it take to stop this level of execution-style killing of black men and black women at the hands of law enforcement?
This needs to be at the top of the list for the Attorney General to address white supremacy and those organizations in law enforcement and outside of law enforcement around the country that are targeting black and brown people.
All right, well, that's an ugly lie. The truth is, if suspects simply do not resist arrest, they don't run away, they don't turn and look like they're firing a gun at police, the chance of being injured, let alone shot by a police officer, is infinitesimally small. But still, they want you afraid and not trusting of anyone in uniform, ever. And of course, they want you afraid of climate change. Hello, you know, why have children when the planet's going to burn up and flood? You need to rethink your carbon use, kids.
Climate is a code red now. We have to take action.
We have so little time. We need to be sort of throw everything at it that we can.
They want you so panicked that you'll, in the end, be totally fine with traveling less, paying $6, $7, $10 a gallon for gas for the good of the planet. And by the way, then you can blame gas station owners for price gouging. Over the weekend, President Biden tweeted, well, a comment to mostly mom and pop shops who are just trying to get by now, saying, this is a time of global war and global peril. Bring down the price you're charging at the pump to reflect the cost you're paying for the product. And do it now. Now, if this is Biden's answer to high energy prices, the man's totally out of gas. Now, they also want you afraid of speaking your mind, because if you do, you could lose your job, lose your promotion, lose your board seat, lose your spot in college, even a position in the U.S. military.
Scheller posted a video on social media criticizing military leaders for mistakes made during the withdrawal from Afghanistan and demanding accountability. Scheller was relieved of duty.
Today's decision to stop publishing 6 Dr. Seuss books comes after they've been criticized for spreading racist images.
As a small but growing revolt of artists scrubbed their music from the streaming platform, specifically took issue with the Joe Rogan Experience.
The University of Virginia says it recently disenrolled 49 students who signed up for classes but then failed to provide a vaccine card.
And after the horror that was visited upon Highland Park yesterday, they even want you afraid of attending patriotic celebrations. A 4th of July tradition is just too dangerous going forward.
No place is safe, and this showing that there are no holidays for mass shootings in America.
We have to do something now, and no community is safe. No community is safe.
In a wealthy suburb of Chicago, maybe the quintessential American city in the heartland, on the 4th of July at a parade, if you're not safe there, where are you safe?
Okay. The shooting happens every weekend, by the way, in Chicago, St. Louis, Baltimore. They don't have that, freaked out view on their faces, but because it's Highland Park, oh yes. But using this evil act to try to wipe out patriotic traditions, which is ultimately what's going on here, is a new low, even for the left. Now, of course, they want you also afraid to own a gun or to apply for a concealed carry permit, because they're going to make sure that your name and your address leaks accidentally, as they did in California. But instead of selling fear and division, wouldn't it be nice if we all began to focus on solutions? Don't people want solutions? I sense they do. Now, on the mass shooting in Illinois, indications are that Robert Crimo was a regular pot user. Now, one look at him, and to the untrained eye, he looks like a complete psychotic. Have you ever seen anyone looking like him? And what can regular pot use trigger in young men in particular? psychosis, and other violent personality changes. Not everyone, but a significant percentage. Now, police say that in 2019, they were called to the shooter's home twice. The first was in April 2019 after a reported suicide attempt by Cremo, and the second was in September 2019 after receiving a call from a family member who said he was threatening to kill everyone. Police removed 16 knives, a dagger, and a sword from the house, but they say there was no probable cause to make an arrest at the time. Just kind of run-of-the-mill behavior, I guess. And much of his online presence points to simmering psychosis, because under the stage name Awake the Rapper, he posted a disturbing music video, and this was back in 2021, that featured drawings of a stick figure wearing a tactical gear, carrying an attack with a rifle, newspaper clipping about Lee Harvey Oswald, who assassinated JFK, totally off-the-wall stuff. Now, we know he planned the attack for weeks and even disguised himself as a woman to get away. Again, all the signs were there. But in a positive development over the past few weeks, the media seemed to be recognizing the danger of sustained high THC content in young people, regular use among young people. Now, it only took them, 4 years to catch up to what the science and ER nurses and doctors were screaming about in places like Colorado and California. They saw it with their own eyes. So the New York Times writes, one rigorous study found that the risk of having psychotic disorder was 5 times higher among daily high-potency cannabis users in Europe and Brazil than those who had never used it. And Dr. Sharon Levy from Boston's Children's Hospital told the paper, the younger you are, the more vulnerable your brain is to developing these problems. But for some reason, but you're thinking about all these horrific acts of evil that have been perpetrated in the American public, we still, weeks later, don't have a toxicology report from the Uvalde mass shooter, despite early reports that he was a regular weed user. Why the delay? Congress rushed in to pass this gun control bill in the aftermath of the just heinous shooting, but where's the demand for answers on other key aspects of the case? No curiosity there whatsoever? Well, let me tell you this. The marijuana industry is making billions on the lie that weed is fine, no big deal, and even for young people, healthy people, it's great. It could be healthy for you, in fact. No one is arguing, by the way, nor have I, that most people who use high THC products end up as violent psychotics. That's ridiculous. But there is mounting scientific evidence of a connection between the increase in violent behavior among young people and regular sustained cannabis use. So if the media wants to spend time scaring people, focus on scaring young people away from what? What would make sense? What would actually be helpful? Scare them away from using this drug as young people. But I'll tell you, the pot industry is extremely well funded. And it's even protected by some high-placed Republicans. Remember, former House Speaker John Boehner saw a quick buck to be made and joined an advisory board of a big pot company after being against legalizing pot. And Democrats like New York City Mayor Eric Adams sees the extra tax revenue from pot. It's great for him. It's disgusting when you visit New York. So Big Weed uses its well-paid pot-pushing media allies and social media influencers to trash anyone who questions the mad rush to legalization. I can tell you this, I don't give a rip. They trash me morning, noon, and night. I don't care. Because they're pushing pot on our kids. We're pushing for answers and accountability. These are the eyes of some of the mass killers who've reportedly been regular pot users. Look at them. Those in politics and in the media who devote their time and energy to fear-mongering on fake issues while covering up the truth about the growing scourge of violent psychosis in our young people, they have to be called out, they have to be defeated, and then the public has to be educated. And parents, this means you need to get into the game. This means you understanding that this can happen to you, to your family, no matter how wealthy you are, how well-adjusted you are, how mature and together your children seem. It's time to call out the phonies and call in the warriors for common sense. And that's the angle.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.